My boyfriend is suffocating me in questions about med school while I'm at home, and all I want to do is relax, but he's making my life so difficult that I want to diagnose him with a case of go find a new girlfriend. My 25F boyfriend, 26M, was one of those who wanted to go to med school till he took a few weed out pre-med classes. Now he is in a non-science field and constantly asks me incessant questions. He'll be watching television, see some character has some disorder, ask what causes the disorder, ask about the drugs that treat it, ask about the mechanisms for the drugs, ask why the show isn't giving those drugs and how the drugs that show is giving actually work and why that's wrong and what would happen in real life if we did that, and on and on and on. I feel like I'm constantly being pimped. Pimping is when a superior, resident/fellow/attending, who's evaluating you asks you medical questions. It's one of the ways clinical medicine has been taught/tested for ages, and can at times be extremely stressful. My boyfriend will also come to me with off-the-wall claims. My coworker told me that zinc prevents all colds and 8 different types of cancer. How come you doctors don't have everyone on zinc? And he won't leave me alone until I look into zinc and give him some reason that he finds satisfactory. The baseline assumption is always that his non-medical coworker is correct and I have to defend why all us doctors are/aren't doing XYZ. I've explained that this is not how I want to spend my little time off from the hospital. When I have to look something up to shut him up, he tells me I'm lucky to be in med school, and I should be happy that I'm learning things when I look them up to answer him. I feel small, I don't usually feel small, and I can't figure out where exactly the problem is here. I know I am lucky to be in med school. I also feel super frustrated and like I'm being pimped in my own home. Am I just being stupidly defensive? Should I just know more things than I do? Does anyone have a good method for dealing with this crap? Comment: why can't he look up the answers to his own questions? Oop. If I tell him I don't know, the response is you're in med school, shouldn't you know this? Shouldn't you want to know this? And I've yet to come up with a satisfactory reason for why I don't or don't want to know it, so it ends up being faster just to look it up than to argue. Update. Wow. That escalated quickly. I've never broken up with anyone before. I've been dumped or parted ways mutually, but I summoned up all my courage and called my boyfriend to meet up. To those of you who warned me to be prepared for gaslighting, you were spot on. Thank you for the warning. I told him I was tired of being pimped at home, tired of arguing about whether it was appropriate for him to pimp me at home, and that I'd spent far too much time fighting him over the issue. I told him while the questions were annoying as all hell, the fact that I'd repeatedly explained to him that it was stressful for me yet he continually disregarded that and tried to shame me into doubting myself was the bigger problem, and that his lack of respect for my comfort was a deal-breaker. He informed me that he knew this was coming because I've always been an intellectual snob and his family had warned him about me from day one. He'd been wanting to dump me for months, but he knew I needed his support throughout med school, so he couldn't leave. Because he's a good guy and he would have felt so bad abandoning me. Everyone in medicine either suffers from narcissism, autism, or OCD, so he's glad he doesn't have to interact with me or any of my friends anymore. Law school is harder than medical school, lawyers are smarter than doctors, and he will always be needed, but I'll be replaced soon by Watson. He wishes me luck dying alone and becoming one of those sad lonely old lady doctors who has to resort to banging my residents for intimate relief. My mind is blown. I went home and cried and threw up. What the fudge piece of garbage did I fall in love with? I've never seen that side of him. I'd seen anger but not that. I don't know, guys. I'm overwhelmed. I really thought when I posted the original question that there'd be more of a debate. Like expected some people to say, oh, he's just curious, it's innocent, and expected to find some people be like, tell this dude to STFU. I was really blown away by all of you being able to identify and verbalize and validate what had been feeling so goddamn confusing and sucky over here. Hasn't been the most productive study day, but I'm going to go try and get some work done and at least enjoy the peace and quiet.